When Ryota was young, he had been friends with a girl named Neko Kuroha. One night, Kuroneko told Ryota that she met and knew the current location of an alien. Ryota wanted her to bring him there. The next day, when they're on the way to that place, Ryota noticed the 3 moles under his friend's armpit forming a triangular shape. Although he trusted her, he still felt a little bit odd to what she said. They went to a dam. Unfortunately, Ryota lost his grip on a rail. At that moment, he grabbed Kuroneko's hand, and they both fell. Afterwards, Ryota woke up in a hospital where he was told that his friend was fine in a nearby hospital. He felt a little relieved by the nurse's words, but soon he realized that those were just the words of encouragement from the nurse. Kuroneko was really dead. Back to the current timeline, Ryota is now one of the top straight students at school, but the sorrowful memory about Kuroneko has always haunted him for the past 10 years. As such, he's always cold to other girls in class. The class starts, the teacher comes with the girl and introduces her as a transfer student. Ryota is immediately amazed by how she resembles his childhood friend, Kuroneko. After knowing her name, he can't resist standing up asking her, "Are you still alive?" Everyone is shocked by his question. Ryota comes in front of her and tells her that they used to be childhood friends and he can prove that. Then, Ryota asks Neko to show him her armpit, while everyone is so confused. Neko can't stand this pervert anymore and slaps him as hard as his nose blood sticks to the window. That day, in PE class, the girl gets her knee stuck in a hole where the water is coming. Everyone but Neko is frightened. She seems to foresee the incident. Suddenly, the ground where the pumper is set gets cracks, the pumper stops and the girl is saved. Everyone thinks it's just a coincidence and she was lucky to keep her life. To keep the promise of finding aliens with Kuroneko, Ryota joined the astronomy club. After school, when Ryota was in the observatory room as usual, Kuroneko comes in and says a weird thing, that 2 students in the class must have died today. Except for the girl in the swimming pool, the next one is Ryota. After talking to Neko, he finds this girl really weird, that she can't tell the multiplication table, yet she was able to transfer to a top school, and she doesn't seem to have great muscles, but she's super strong. Then there's a call ringing from Neko's bag. She takes out the walkie-talkie and talks to someone. She leaves the room and tells Ryota that if he wants to keep his life, he'd better not go home. To verify Neko's words, Ryota decides to walk home. He thinks there can't be a thief at this low path, and with a small rain like this, he's gonna be alright. But he knows he was wrong when the cliff collapses and a huge boulder falls right into where he's standing. Neko appears and uses her power to split the boulder in half, leaving Ryota with a frozen, dead face. Neko calls him stupid for not listening to her and coming to this place. Ryota believes that Neko can foresee the future and asks who she really is. Neko tells him she's a magician who was made for medicine and surgeries. She shows him a metal button on her nape, but Ryota doesn't really listen to her as he finds out there's no mole under her armpit. His little hope that Neko is his childhood friend is no more. Neko doesn't come to class the next day, so his teacher asks Ryota to bring some papers for her to fill in, along with the upcoming trip journal. Ryota follows the given address to Neko's house. It turns out to be a public temple for tourists. Looking down from the temple, he finds an abandoned village, which seems to have left from the flood. Ryota sneakily steps into the house. He hears Neko talking to someone, that she can't make friends with Ryota or he'll die. She doesn't have much time to live, so she doesn't need to make friends anyways. When Neko leaves the room to get a glass of water, Ryota enters the room to see who is the other one. In front of his eyes lies a blonde-haired girl with no facial expression or movement. She looks pretty much like a doll. Ryota is about to touch the girl when Neko appears and startles him. Neko tells him the girl is Kana. She's also a product of a magic experiment, just like her. She might be disabled, but she obtains huge power, which is foreseeing the future. She's unable to move, but she can communicate through a keyboard on her left hand. Neko says goodbye to Ryota and confirms that she'll be joining the camping trip with their class, because she wants to see the beach for once. Suddenly, Neko gets a nosebleed, making Ryota really worried. The next day, Neko comes to class with bandages all over her body looking like a mummy, but she says it's just a cold and she can still make it to the beach. Worried for Neko, that evening, Ryota comes to her house. Inside the house, he sees Neko lying on the ground with lots of blood. Neko asks Ryota to take her to the kitchen and takes out a pill. She says all the magicians have had to take this pill every day to prolong their lives. Not having medicine within 30 hours, their skins will crack and bleed everywhere. After 40 hours, their bones will be melted and they'll die. Neko and Kana only have 10 pills left, which are only enough for 5 days. Ryota is smart enough to realize that Neko is trying to save the pills for the upcoming 8-day trip to the beach. But it seems impossible now. There's suddenly a fire where Neko is boiling the water. Ryota quickly saves Kana. The fire was put out, but their medicine was burned into ash. Kana tries to reassure Neko that there's no difference between dying a little earlier and later. She just wants Neko to promise her that Neko will end her life before she has to feel the severe pain of being melted. Watching the whole situation, Ryota tells the girls that he remembers that they are by code of their pills, and they might find the factory where that medicine is manufactured. He explains that he has a special memory that helps him never forget what he sees. This video ends here. The name of this anime is written inside the description below this video. Thank you for watching my video. If you feel you like it, please click like and subscribe to support me.